Hey guys, Dr. Jim Carmichael here to go over histamine blockers, but only the type 1 blockers. Remember that type 1 blockers are mostly for things in your head like allergies and motion sickness, while type 2s are to cover things like acid secretion in the gut. You are all probably familiar with a lot of these medications from your lives, or when you still had lives prior to medical school. But you still remember going outside, right? So now, to make things more confusing, the histamine 1 blockers are divided into 2 generations. The first generation medication that everyone knows is Benadryl, under its generic diphenhydramine. You also need to know some of the other common first generation H1 blockers, dimenhydrinate and chlorpheniramine. Frequently, first generation H1s have N-ene or N8 in their names. The first generation meds do a great job of controlling allergies because of their penetration into the blood-brain barrier. They can also help with things like motion sickness and sedation. That penetration could be a big problem though, as an overdose leads to antimuscarinic and antiadrenergic poisoning if overdosed. Also, lots of allergy sufferers are not big fans of being sleepy all day just so they don't have itchy, watery eyes. They needed something better. This leads us to the second generation histamine 1 blockers. The second generation things are things like loratadine, fexofenadine, and desloratadine, names usually ending in adine, and yes, cetirizine, who just had to make life more difficult for us. These meds are far less sedating because of their lack of CNS penetration, and for your day-to-day allergy relief, they don't put you to sleep, except for cetirizine, who, while not as sedating as your first generation medicines, is still fairly sedating. But that's it for this lecture, guys. We'll see you next time.